Good morning. Welcome back to the Wildings Landing. If this is your first time joining us, thank you. I appreciate your time and I appreciate you being here. If you're a return viewer, one of our regular subscribers, that goes for you too. I sincerely appreciate the time that you spend viewing our channel. It's time you'll never get back, by the way. I'm just, warning you there. But I appreciate that. I think about it, and I appreciate that. I know when I'm watching videos, sometimes you're thinking of all the things you could be doing, but you're spending some time watching a video. These are our blue cornflower sprouts. They're little seedlings. I am creating a red, white, and blue garden at the front of the property. It'll be very obvious when you come in the driveway. I think that's really pretty. Those are for that garden. And working on our medicinal herbs, I've got some Woolly's lambs here sprouted. Didn't get 100% germination on that, but that's okay. I can always replant. And on the other side, walk around over here, we've got cauliflower and cabbage. You saw in our previous video that we have a lot of this graffiti cauliflower already planted, but we absolutely love it. But I've always wanted to do the 3 colors of cauliflower in the same garden, like alternate, and yeah. So I went ahead and ordered the seeds. I've got Flame Star, which is a yellow heading broccoli, the graffiti, which is purple, and then a Minuteman White, which will probably come in a little bit before those other two. It's a faster to maturity. And then the Caribbean Queen Cabbage, which I swore I wasn't going to plant until late winter because it tolerates heat really well. But I couldn't wait. If you guys know me, you know I'm really impatient. So, there we go. There's some of the seedlings that we've got going. And we'll take a look around the container garden. Now, this is a garden in transition. Been working my way back, so first part of it will look real good, last part of it not so much. As you walk in, we've got an Okinawa Spinach, which I've read really mixed reviews on that thing. This is an older one that it's kind of fading a little bit. These are orchids that are, I've just always called them orange ground orchids. They will grow anywhere because there's no soil near them. And they're doing just fine. As a matter of fact, that one's about to put off a bloom shoot. Behind it, there's some oregano. This is a Cuban Sage, I believe. Smells really, really strong. Really, it can get away from you. You gotta watch where you put it. I've had it in some other locations of the garden, and I just kind of stuck it up here against the fence because it was taking over everywhere I put it. This one needs a lot of help. The zinnias are starting to fade in this one. We'll just replant them right here. And behind the zinnias, or in front of the zinnias, depending on which side you're looking, I've got some sage growing. Need to pull some weeds out of here. And in the next garden, I think really would show better from the other side. So let's walk around. This garden's got a little bit of everything going on. Got a little bit of the suntail spinach. Do I have it marked over here anywhere? Sun angel, I'm sorry. And lots of red Russian kale. Some onions, garlic chives going on in there. Some more of that spinach down here at the end. This, I am unsure whether it's a cauliflower or collards or broccoli. It was in those seed trays that I told you about in the previous video that got really messed up. I knew that it was going to be a brassica when I put it out here, but I also know that the spinach and stuff can take that shade, so not a big deal. And then we've got some Cherokee lettuce. I think it's Cherokee. No, this is Skyphos, I'm sorry. That's awesome because I didn't think I had any of that survive those storms. This has been really tasty. Really tasty. I am growing a lot of red and purple varieties of things to increase the anthocyanins, which are antioxidants in our food. These are our strawberries. Got some thyme growing right here, and got strawberries kind of stuck a lot of places in this garden, but this is a really thick. I'll back up a little bit so you can kind of get an idea. There. This is a planter that I made from 55-gallon drums, or garden planter, whatever you'd like to call it. My moringa has broke off and kind of laying over some of my strawberries here, but that certainly won't hurt them. Pull that weed while we're here. Then coming back around, we've got our onion garden. These are warrior bunching onions right here along the edges. Got 2 rows of those. And some of these did well, some of them didn't. Honestly, they were just in the tray too long waiting for me to get my act together. These are Bella Lunas, which of course are a white onion. I've got just one survived of the red mandarin. You can see it by the red stem there. And then behind it I have sweet ancient, which I think are yellows. And there's not very many of those. But it's not bad. We're fertilizing, we're taking care of them. It's more onions than I've grown in the past, so we got to look at it like that too. I can't complain. If I had been more on my game and gotten them in the ground sooner, I would have much better rate right now. And over here we have our first container of carrots. This is a Kundra. I don't know, how would you say that? Carrata? I don't know. And in front of that, we've got holy basil with weeds. This is our first pot of elephant garlic, and you can see it's just starting to sprout. Where's that sprout? Sprout right there. There's a sprout right there. Right next to it, we've got another pot that's doing a little bit ahead of it. They're getting the exact same attention, so I don't know why, but there's a little tiny nub in this one too, but these have come up real nice. We have another bin of carrots. They're a gold nugget variety. And then next to that, we have envy carrots, one of our basils from the summer that I'm just kind of letting the pollinators enjoy. And then here we have the purple elite carrot. See that my tag kind of fell. And those are doing real well. Behind those is a few garlic chives that I've had growing in that pot for a long time. And this is fennel that is going to seed. And I'm replanting some of these seeds. I also have some packets of fennel seed. But if I can create my own, that would definitely be my preference. And I'm cutting the fennel off. You can see some of it's cut off. My birds absolutely enjoy that. They love fennel. This is a cilantro that popped up from seeds from the cilantro that was planted here last year, which is exactly how I kind of want things to work. That's why I let a lot of things go to seed in this garden. Next to it, to be very honest, not quite sure what's growing right here, but this was Basil and Zinnias. I love the way they look growing together, and I mean, why not? Next to the basils and zinnia, this is supposed to be a romaine, but again, it came out of the seed trays that got really messed up, so I'm not sure whether this is going to be a romaine or something else. But either way, I planted the seed, we'll see. Next to it, we have a couple of lettuces. They look really yellow in the camera. They are not that yellow. Trust me. And a big container of mint. Love my mint. I have several containers of mint. I pull it out of here and put it in other places. I've got it growing kind of as a ground cover. Well, I did have in one of the gardens. There's a second container of mint. And this is pepper corner. The peppers have always done so well in this corner year round. So if I can talk to our little pollinator, not disturb him too much. Check that out. Get to watch a little bee work. And he is working hard. So we pause this video momentarily to appreciate our pollinators. I like watching them work. Okay, back to the tour. Behind our pepper garden, that has really gotten fuzzy. That's weird. Okay, sharpened you up a little bit. Huh. Anyway, that's our one of our butterfly pea vines. And there's actually still a bloom. A lot of it's going to seed now, and I'm out collecting the seeds and replanting them. And this is a mismatched pepper. I think that these are like a banana pepper. Real sweet. I don't really have anything except those jalapenos that weren't even supposed to be hot, that are hot, growing. And David and I don't do a lot of heat, so I don't grow hot peppers. But super healthy plants that need to be staked up much more than they are. You can kind of see one of those peppers right there. As a butterfly literally flew right over my head. But these peppers are, like I said, they need to be staked up. They need a little attention. But they're doing so well that I'm just kind of leaving them alone and letting them do. Got a big one right there that's coming. Got some bells down here that are coming. This was a late bloomer, but boy, is it just put on since it started. And behind me, we've got more mint and marigolds. I've been harvesting the seeds from these and scattering them elsewhere. I took one of the branches that had died off and literally just tossed it over here so that it can regenerate. Had something on my leg, sorry about that. This is my little lettuce bed. Got Cherokee lettuce in here. Some unknown varieties. But like I said, that lettuce tray got really destroyed from the weather that I had right after I planted the seeds. So this is this container has not changed in years. It has been growing onions and mint for as long as I can remember, really. Oh, it looks like I have a runaway strawberry over here I just saw. These are our asparagus. I'm hoping to get a good raised bed built and get these transplanted and kind of increase our asparagus. They put off enough shoots for me to snack on, but I would like to actually have some harvesting. This is a milkweed that started with a milkweed right there. Seeds blew over here. If you've never seen milkweed seeds, they're right there. And they're blowing everywhere. This garden next spring is going to be full of milkweed. And we are visited by another pollinator. Not as nice as the bees, because that's a wasp. I don't like wasps as much. We've got a dill plant coming back there that I didn't plant. That was a volunteer. Because this is, we got some more strawberries back there behind the milkweed. Lots of weeds in the milkweed. Because I keep waiting for it to die off so I can pull it out and start redoing some of these. I've got to bring some more compost back too. I didn't plant any of this, so I'm gathering a lot of those sprouts. Could be milkweed. This one I've emptied and ready to fill. And this one again has a couple of the unknown in it. And honestly, your guess is as good as mine. But if the plants are growing, I'm going to put them somewhere, even if I'm not sure what they are. They're going to produce food eventually. This is a Beijing grass. Great for diabetes. It's a treatment for diabetes, actually. Didn't say cure. And I am not a doctor. Do your own research. It's also called angel grass. I have started it as a ground cover in the red, white, and blue garden because the blooms start off white and then they turn this purplish, I don't know if you can see, purplish, bluey kind of color. So, and it's a medicinal, so it's definitely something I want to continue to grow and propagate, spread. Okay, folks, that's about all for the container garden. Oh, no, it isn't. I forgot the star of the show out here. I'm going to stand way back to show you all this. But look at my bamboo. It is just everywhere. This thing is huge. Very, 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 it's not evasive. I wouldn't consider it evasive at all. It is, however, tall. I don't know if you're a longtime subscriber, you might have heard the story, but I used to have a nursery. This particular bamboo sat in a pot, waiting to be bought for 2 years. Never saw a lot of growth, never saw a lot of development. I brought that pot and I put it right there. You can't find that pot now. I think we pulled away what plastic we could find and threw it away. But in a matter of 2 or 3 months, I decided I was going to move it, pick up the pot and go somewhere else with it. That pot wasn't coming up. It had rooted so deep, and so I said, okay, you finally found your happy place. And everybody that sees this, that, saw the house in Jensen, was familiar with what I was doing there. They're like, is that bamboo that was in the driveway? Yep, that's the bamboo that was in the driveway. Everybody's amazed by this. So, and you can always cut it back for plant stakes, and it has a lot of uses. So I'm definitely happy that it is here. Next to that is our lemongrass. Looks like I could come in and pull out some dead on this one. Every time I try to propagate this, pull some off, reroot it, it doesn't take for me. If you guys have any tips on rerouting lemongrass, I would love to hear it. Love the way it smells when I'm out here working with it. It smells so good. Okay, folks, and then we have our little container herb garden here where I've got some thyme. I brought another onion over here. Little sage growing right here. Oregano is starting to really spread out. This rosemary bush is old. I brought it from Jensen. I really don't even know how many years I've had that thing. Got a little more thyme here, different type of thyme, and some lemon basil that is struggling, but it's there. This is a Christmas palm. Cora, move out. Sorry, she was in the middle of my onions. This is a Christmas palm that my middle son Ben planted for us before we ever left Jensen, years before we left Jensen. I've been babying this thing a long time. Eventually I'm going to put it in the ground out by the driveway. Here are our Jimmy Nardello peppers. Got several of those up there. Got one turning red for me here. Harvest off of this quite often. Need to go ahead and brace that up to the top so these peppers get a little sun. This is either a banana pepper or a jalapeno. Not sure yet. Haven't tested it. Got a big bell pepper in between those. Can you see this big bell pepper? I've been nurturing. Oh, no, you can't. You're not in frame. Okay, there you go. Now I'm showing you a pepper. This thing, compared to my hand, it definitely takes up my hand. And I keep setting it out so that it gets some sun, turns colors for me. I have no idea what color it's supposed to be. And it's kind of leaning on my other Jimmy Nardello. And I have another pepper on it right there. And oh, there's one down there too. Cool. This Jimmy Nardello is kind of going everywhere too. Got one there starting to turn. These are, if you've watched my videos before, I've recommended eating those with eggs. Oh my gosh, so good in an omelet. So yummy. All right, that'll wrap up the container garden. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little tour. Just another section of what we're doing around here. Got a lot of stuff in the ground, a lot of stuff in containers. We have some stuff coming in our food forest. So growing in a lot of different kinds of ways here. I hope you stick around, bring you another video in the next day or two. And you be blessed until then. Thank you for joining us. God bless you.